What's good, YouTube? It's KB with JusDueBoxing back with another video. And before I get into the video, I want to say if this is your first time on the channel, do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when new content drop. As I drop content daily, man, so y'all stay tuned. But let's get right into it, man. I recently heard an interview that Arnold Barboza did with FIGHTHYPE June, FIGHTHYPE. And he's really pressing for this fight with Teofimo Lopez Jr. And as y'all know, I'm an advocate for fighters fighting, guys that want to fight them back. And Arnold Barboza has been pressing Teo for quite some time now. He even told his father straight up that you think your son is it. He's not. And he's want to prove it. So he's very adamant about getting this fight with Teofimo Lopez next. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a perfect fight to be made next. I know we just seen Teofimo, just this August 13th, get his 7th round TKO over Pedro Campa, who came into the fight 34-1-1 with 23 KOs. Teofimo ain't been in the ring since November of last year, November 27th of last year, when he lost a split decision to George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? So since then, he's been inactive, and he had a lot of things going on outside of the ring. Physically, mentally, emotionally, we all know the story. And I believe Pedro Campa was a get-back fight for Teofimo, and that's exactly what we saw. Credit to Teofimo, he did look sharp, very reactive. He had some bounce in his step at 140, and he looked like he was in really good shape. Now, he did put on a solid performance with the opponent that was in front of him. Like I said, Pedro Campa was a get-back fight for him, a confidence-builder fight for him, rightfully so, given the circumstances that he was dealing with outside the ring. But nonetheless, Teofimo rose to the occasion. He looked mentally and physically locked in, and I've always said time and time again, when that guy is focused, he's great for the sport of boxing. And that's what we seen, the 13th. We seen a good showing of Teofimo Lopez. Now, I understand the level of opponent that was in front of him wasn't the top tier, and I did see some holes in Teofimo's game, and there's some things that he's definitely going to have to fix, especially if he's going to finally accept this challenge with Arnold Barboza. And I just don't understand why he wouldn't. I mean, this guy is obviously pressing for the fight. Teofimo, he says he want to fight for a belt next, but we all know that's just not reality. We got Regis Prograis and Jose Zepeda fighting for a belt. Josh Taylor got a couple of the belts lined up. It's just not realistic for him to fight for a belt, especially with the date that they've already given him of December 10th, and in Madison Square Garden. So they already got a date and a venue picked out, but they don't have an opponent. So my thing is, why not fight a guy in Arnold Barboza that wants to fight you? That'd be a true test, a real test at 140. It'd be a quality fighter. Arnold Barboza is 27-0 with 10 KOs. He's 30 years old, 5'9", with a 72-inch reach. He's an orthodox fighter fighting out of LA. His last fight was July 15th, where he got a 10-round unanimous decision over Danielito Zarilla. You know what I'm saying? And that guy was undefeated, 16-0 with 12 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? And Arnold Barboza, he didn't pitch a shutout, but he won convincingly, unanimous decision. The scorecards was 98-92, 97-93 twice. You know what I mean? He did have some moments in there where he was vulnerable, and Zarilla was able to do some work. But credit to, Barboza for staying resilient and staying disciplined and finding a way out of the couple rough moments that he had in that fight. And nonetheless, he got a unanimous decision. And now he's looking for a quality fight, and he wants Teofimo next. And I say, why not? Teofimo should get in there with Arnold Barboza. This fight makes all the sense in the world. Like I said, it's a real test. It's a quality fighter in Arnold Barboza. He has experience over Teofimo, definitely at 140. And this will really tell us where Teofimo's at, and just how well he'll be able to compete with the top tier at 140. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he'll be able to fight for a title next. So I think that's out the realm of possibility. I don't think that's possible. And I think he needs to be more realistic and make this fight with Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza did an interview with Fight Hype, and he said he's really hoping that his team, you know, that they force him to make this fight with Teofimo. So he wants this fight next. He feel like he's the best option for Teofimo. We know Teofimo is not gonna fight Ryan Garcia nor Tank Davis next. So he really feel like he's the next best option. He feel like he's no Pedro Campa, and Pedro Campa isn't him. You know what I'm saying? So he said he feels like he's the perfect opponent for Teofimo, but at the same time, he doesn't feel like Teofimo is going to accept the challenge because he feel like he's too dangerous of a fight for him. Now, I would say right off the bat, you know, Arnold Barboza, no doubt, would be a tough challenge for Teofimo. The kid can box. He's a well-rounded fighter. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a ton of knockouts, so he doesn't have a ton of punching power. So maybe that'd be something Teofimo could take advantage of. Who knows? But nonetheless, I think Teofimo needs to get in there and prove, you know, not only to himself, but to the rest of 140 in the world that he's here and he's accepting all challenges. He already said it's still the takeover. He said ain't nothing changed with him. You know, he's saying he's going to expose all these boys. And I think it's just more realistic for him to face an Arnold Barboza next. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, these titles are tied up. Certain guys already had fights or just had fights or had fights lined up. So, you know, Barboza's schedule is clear. So, like I said, I don't see no reason in the world why they can't make this fight. You know what I'm saying? It'd be almost like a duck if Teofimo don't accept this challenge, because I don't know who else he's going to fight right now that's going to make a ton of sense. You know, like I said, Regis Prograis tied up, Zepeda's tied up, Josh Taylor's tied up. You know, Antoine Russell just fought. And I doubt he want to fight him anyway. You know what I'm saying? You know, Matias is out there. You know, there are some guys for you to fight, but I think, like I said, Arnold Barboza is a real option, and he's a real threat and a real test, a quality fighter. I would love to see Teofimo go up against Arnold Barboza. You know, make no mistake about it, I know Arnold Barboza would be able to take advantage of some of those holes in Teofimo's game, starting on the defensive end, because Pedro Campa is not even that fast. He's a pretty slow guy, and he was able to clip Teofimo with some really good shots. But credit to Teofimo, he either took the shot or he rolled the prairie with the shot. You know what I'm saying? So he did a good job at handling what Campa had to throw at him. But again, Campa's not the highest level of boxer. He's not the top tier of 140. He was simply a get-back fight for Teofimo, and that's exactly what we saw. And again, if Teofimo don't accept this challenge with Arnold Barboza and he fights a lesser opponent, it's gonna look like a duck to me. So my question is, will he accept the challenge? And I hope he do. Hopefully, will we get this fight for December 10th? You know, I don't see why we shouldn't. It's a great fight for both fighters. It's a real opportunity for both. And again, it's an opportunity for Teofimo to show not only himself, but any doubters, any naysayers, and anybody at 140 that he's here, and he's here to make a statement. And that's something he's going to have to do. He's going to have to get the respect of these guys up there at 140, because it's some true, real dogs up there. But that's my just do on it, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Would y'all want to see Arnold Barboza fight Teofimo Lopez next? And do y'all think he's going to accept the challenge? You know what I mean? And get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza Jr. that just do, because that's what I do over here at JusDueBoxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.